Hi and welcome to Visual Basic Sales Management System, developed in Visual Studio 2017. So let me show you guys how this works. If I click on reset, you get this dialog box. You can always click on yes or you click on no to stay within the system. And right here I have my receipt. So if I click on this receipt again, you see what will happen is another receipt is generated right there. Okay, and I can always reset or click on total, which we already have. Supposing we click on reset, there we go. See my logo right there. You can use the calculator here to calculate whatever you want. We can backspace. Okay, let's come in here. If I select jeans, see the picture of the jeans that I want to buy is shown. And if I select jacket and mistakenly enter character, the system refuses. So I can always enter the right character. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Studio development environment, and we put one of these very advanced tutorial together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of a sales management system. I'm going to start by clicking on create new project. Once this dialog box is open, ensure you select Visual Basic and Windows Forms application and give your project a name. So I'm going to call it VB_sales management system and click on save. Okay, once the form is ready, let's define the size of the form. I'm going to change the size to 1386 by, let's go for 700 there. Now the first thing I like to do is to come straight to tools. Let me get a palette there, or a panel. Yeah, my very first panel there. I'm going to use that for my calculators. So let's come in here and change the size of this, the border style of that very panel. Change it to fixed 3D. Now I can then click and copy it across. Click, hold, control, drag. That's one panel there. Maybe another toolbar here. And this very upper panel, so what I'm going to do is to add some buttons, and let me also add a text box right up here. Have a text box there. Now click on that rectangle and press multiple line. Now let's design the interface of this calculator for our customer. Let's come in here. Right. And I'm just going to speed up the whole development of this interface and get back to you guys. So let's do that now. Okay, I've finished the development of the interface for the calculator. I will now select all of these buttons. There, just the number buttons or numeric buttons. Come into the properties, and where we have events, select the event and let's use click event. So in there I'm just going to call it BTN numbers. That's fine. BTN numbers, and press enter. right inside the btn numbers, as you can see, all of my buttons are now assigned to btn numbers. Okay, I will now come in there. Let's declare a variable dim b representing button as, let's go for object button equals send or equals sender if txt, and that is supposed to be the text box on board, dot text equals 0, then whatever we have in txt display dot text equals b dot text, else btn text box as a text txt display equals txt display plus b dot text. Right, so that's all there is to it. So which means any of those buttons I click on will be, the value will be displayed on the text box. So let's run it and see. Okay, let's try this out and see. You see that we are able to enter numeric value onto the text box, but the rest of it are not working yet. So let's go back into the program. Right, as for the clear, I'm just going to copy as follows and paste it right in there. So let's come into the clear button here, double click on that, paste that in there. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing for these other buttons, these 4 buttons here, using events. So in there, let's come straight to the properties and just let's come to click. So I'm going to call that btn operator. Right, press enter, and inside btn operator, just as usual, I'm going to declare a variable. So but the variable is going to be sender. So let's say dim operators as buttons, as object button, and in here, before I go ahead, let me come up here first and just declare, instead of entering the variable here, I'm going to declare some global variable here. Let's say dim first number as double and dim second number as double as well. Let's say dim answer as double and dim, let's call that operators with an S as string value there. So back inside the btn operator event, so I'm going to come in here now and just say first number equals whatever value we have inside txt display. Right, now get rid of whatever we have inside txt display equals clear, and in that case my variable operator equals ops dot text. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that is taken care of as well. Take a good look at it. So this is for the operators, and here that's just to clear, and in here this is for numeric buttons, and up there I've just declared my variables. Now back in here, let's swap this around. Yeah, position this properly. Okay, back in there, we now want to, let's take care of this very button here, plus and minus. So in the case of plus and minus, those are the lines of codes for plus and minus. Now let's look after the equals. Okay, let's take care of this one first. And right in there we enter the following codes for the dot itself. Okay, now come to the equals, double click on equals. In the case of equals, let's say whatever we have inside second num equals txt display.text. Now let's use an if statement to determine what value we have in there. If operators equals plus, then answer equals first number plus second number. There. Then we now want to assign whatever we have inside answer to the text box. txt display.text equals answer. There, that's taken care of. So all I'm just going to do is copy and then use else statement. Else, if it's subtraction, then now becomes subtraction as well. Copy and paste. Let's copy that problem. And if we have, let's say, division, that becomes division. Then finally here, let's say multiplication. And that is my equals taken care of. Now I just need to take care of 1, 2. So let's double click on the backspace. So for the backspace there, and what is left is for us to take care of the pi. Okay, right there, that's for the pi. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it and see. Oh, there's an error here. Let's correct that before running it. So that's meant to be sender, but then equals sender. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, let's try it out. That is the pi, clear. That's 8 multiplied by 5. There we go. Plus or minus 40. Multiply that by 4. There. And backspace, backspace, backspace. That is correct. So calculator is taken care of. Now let's continue with the design of the interface. So I'm going to now close that. Back in here, copy one of these. That will be for the title, and let's paste that up here. That is my interface. Right, let's grab a label. That's a label here, and give that label a name. So I'm just going to call that label Sales Management System. Let's change the font size. There, the font size will be 48, and just move it there. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's take it up a little bit. Right. Now let's try to complete the design of the rest of the interface. So I'm going to get back to you guys as soon as that is done. Okay, this is how the interface is looking. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add, let's add a rich text box here. So that will be for the receipt. Let's come down here and see right there. So there will be a rich text box here. That will be for the receipt. And right here, I'm going to add buttons. So let's just copy, and we can always change that around. So if I run the system, this is what you guys will see, and this is how it all looks like for now. So we just need to add some TextBox and CheckBox. So let's come in here, go to tools, let's grab a CheckBox 1, and we're going to need some TextBox as well right there. Now let's copy it across and name it. Then I'll get back to you guys as soon as I finish adding the text box and the checkbox. Okay guys, this is how the whole interface looks now. So let's run it so that you guys can see it. And right here, so far, that's what we have. We have ladies, men's, kids, and household. Okay, so what we need to do now is to start work on the programming part of it. But before I start, I'm just going to call this the end of the very first part of this tutorial, and I will get back to you guys shortly.